Alright, hey guys and girls, if there are any watching. The last tutorial I covered the Plum Flower flourish, which was that. This time we're going to be doing a two-handed plum flower, but I'm not going to be doing that little flourish at the end, the over the top part. I'm not going to be doing that. But it is going to be basically the same move, which is going to be the Obiani and the upward figure eight. The only difference here is we're going to be employing the use of a front spin into an upward figure eight and then back around to the Obiani. Now, I showed you the front spin in a previous tutorial, which was that. I didn't really cover this as much, okay? Which I'll be doing here because we're actually using it here. So again, I'm just going to break it down as the move progresses. Again, you should already know the Obiani flourish by now. Again, as I bring it in front, I'm going to bring it vertical. And then I'm going to continue it on so that the pommel rotates around the opposite direction. Okay? So vertical. I'm going to rotate the saber around so the pommel is facing upwards. Okay? From there I'm going to bring my other hand in to the what's known as the butterfly position of the hands. I'm just going to roll it around into the other hand. And again, this is all in the front spin video that I did previously. So hopefully, if you practice this, you should already know how to do this move. I don't know why I can't say that word today. So altogether, just that bit's going to look like that. From this hand, we're going to go into an upward figure eight on this side. And as I come around to the front, it's going to come vertical again. Vertical. Again, I'm going to turn the saber so that the pommel faces up. Okay? Vertical. Pommel facing up. Now, I'm going to come in, again, both palms facing up, and grab towards the emitter this time. Like that. So I'll do all this all together again. Obiani to vertical. Pommel facing up. Come in and grab. And go into the upward figure eights on this side. As I come around, it's going to come back to vertical. Turn it so the pommel is facing up. I'm going to come in thumb to thumb and grab the emitter. And from there it's just going to go back into the Obiani flourish. Now when I grab here, you want to grab more towards the pommel end. And the reason for that is when you come around back to the front, you have enough hilt left to grab here. Because if you do this and you grab more towards where you grabbed before, you're going to find it more difficult to grab again when you come back to this side. So by grabbing more towards the pommel in the front spin, you're ensuring that you have enough hilt left to grab as you come back around. If that makes sense. Okay, so that's what the whole thing looks like. Again, you can spend as much time as you want on each side before you transition to the other hand. Transition. Okay, you can spend as much time on each hand as you want, or you can put it all together like that. Okay. Again, practice it very, very slowly. You may drop the hilt a couple times. I know I did. Just practice getting the coordination down between those hand switches. And again, when you practice it one way, practice it the other way just to build the ambidextrousness, if that's a word. So now I'm going to start on this side. Obiani to a front spin. Again, same position. Upward figure eight on this side. And then same position coming down on this side. Now if you can notice where I'm grabbing here, I'm grabbing more towards the pommel to allow myself that extra space to grab as I come around again. Alright? Because if I grab in the same spot, then you have very little to grab here. You're going to be grabbing more up towards the blade, which you don't want. So grab more towards the pommel. And again, I have two choke points here which act as a guide for me. If you just have a straight shaft, then you'll kind of have to map out on your hilt where to grab each time. As long as you're grabbing more towards the pommel, you'll be fine. And you can start speeding it up when you have your coordination. Now, a good way to practice these, once you get the coordination down going each direction, is you do it one way completely, and then as you come back as you're going into the Obiani, actually, I was wrong. If you want to practice both sides alternating each side is what I'm trying to say. You're going to do the Obiani into the upward on this side, but instead of coming back to the front, you're going to do pretty much a basic flourish to the back and then stop it. So that much again, Obiani, switch, upward, and then basic flourish, and then stop. And from here you can do the same on the other side. Now this mainly works the front spin transition. You can also practice the full move on each side as much as you want. And then whenever you're ready to switch and try it with the other hand, then you just stop with that basic to there. Then you can work on it going the other direction. Hopefully I didn't make that sound too confusing. Now, another important point here is, as I showed you with the vertical back flourish or back spin, my angling of the body. So to do the vertical back spin going this way, whichever hand the saber is in, I'm slightly angling my body in that direction. So here, it's in my right hand, I'm slightly angled off to the right. As I bring it around, I'm moving my body, or I'm turning my body with the saber. So now it's perfectly vertical behind my back, so I'm facing perfectly straight forward. As I bring to this side, now I'm slightly angled off to the left. You're doing the same thing as that with this move. So I'm slightly angled off to the right as I'm doing the Obiani here. As I bring it to the front, I'm turning my body straight forward. And I'm following that with my body. So now I'm in the upwards on this side and I'm slightly angled off to the left. Okay? As I bring it back to the front, I'm doing the same thing. So my body is turning with the saber to keep it fluid. Okay? Okay, and that applies for both directions. So here I'm starting the Obiani on this side, so I'm slightly angled off to the left to begin with. Okay, now it's in this hand, so I'm slightly angled off to the right. Okay, so you can see the turning of the body here. Okay, and that just helps the move look and feel a little bit more polished, fluid, smooth, whatever you want to use for that. So again, start very slow, get each switch down. And then once you have the coordination down pretty well, then you can start adding your speed to it. Okay, again, do it on both sides. Like that. Okay, so that's, don't really have a name for it, I just call it a two-handed plum flower. The only difference between the regular plum flower and this move is that the plum flower has that little arc over the head at the end, which this doesn't have. This just has the hand switches. Okay, so that's the two-handed plum flower. The next time, in the next video, we'll be getting into the can't really remember now, but I'll see you in the next video. We'll actually get into it. Okay, so thanks for watching.